Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Christopher, and there's some news that there's a transgender clone trooper in Star Wars. So this was officially revealed last week in a book called The Secrets of the Clone Troopers, and this book is in a series of Star Wars books that included The Secrets of the Sith, The Secrets of the Jedi, and this new book, The Secrets of the Clone Troopers, was released last week on October 8th. And there's mention of a transgender clone trooper named Sister, and she's part of the 7th Sky Corps, who fought alongside General Obi-Wan Kenobi, Commander Skywalker, Commander Anakin Skywalker, and Commander Cody. And the reason I said officially revealed, because this character has been in a couple other books previous to this. I did a little bit of research and a little bit of digging. This character has shown up in The Queen's Hope in 2022, and then not too far after that book was released, she was also in the book Brotherhood as well. So this isn't her first appearance in Star Wars, but for some reason now she's kind of getting, this character's getting a little bit of backlash. There's some mixed feelings about having a transgender clone trooper in Star Wars, and I just wanted to kind of give my feelings, my thoughts on this. As the title of my video says, is it a woke agenda? Which, honestly, you know what? Maybe I'm too old. I'm not really too sure what this whole wokeness thing is. Let me know in the comments. Give me a lesson here. But is it a woke agenda, or is it just the evolution of Star Wars? And in my opinion, I think this is just Star Wars evolving, Lucasfilm evolving with the world that's evolving, continuously evolving. So back in 1977, when Star Wars first came out, I don't think there were people of color in that movie at that time, or very few people of color in that movie. So when we got to Empire Strikes Back, we had Lando as a main character who is a black man in a Star Wars movie, and people of color could see their representation in Star Wars in Empire Strikes Back. In the original Star Wars in 1977, when Princess Leia showed up as this main character in a massive sci-fi movie, Star Wars, young girls could had a character they could relate to, and they felt represented in Star Wars. And then again, when the first gay character came into Star Wars on screen, anyways, not in the books, on screen in at the end of Rise of Skywalker, all these people who are gay now have some sort of representation in Star Wars, and I think it's good for Star Wars and pop culture in general, because this has happened in Marvel as well, where they've brought in gay characters, they've brought in different characters of sexual orientation, different races and stuff like that. I think it's good to have that representation, and to be continually evolving with society, with the world. And I think it's good that there's a transgendered character in Star Wars that transgendered people can feel like they can relate to, that they feel like they're being represented in Star Wars, and it gives them that extra, I guess, that extra bond to Star Wars, that extra reason to watch Star Wars, because there's now a transgender character. And I don't think this is any different than when the first woman appeared on a movie screen back in the early 1900s. I think this was probably a little bit jarring at first, because up until then there were no women in movies, but women finally felt like they were represented in movies. They could relate to people now, so there's that. And then again, when like the first black person was in a movie, showed up in a movie, then we got that representation of black people, like they felt they were represented in movies. So I think that it's good that Star Wars is evolving and bringing in these characters to be more inclusive of these minorities in society, and making them feel included, because really the Star Wars is for everyone. Star Wars is absolutely for everyone. It's not just for the original trilogy fans and the world is changing, society changes, and Star Wars is changing to keep up with society and the world. And if you don't like it, that's fine. If you do like it, that's absolutely great as well. But the reality is the world does change, society changes, Star Wars is changing along with it, and trying to represent, as I mentioned, those different minorities, gays, transgenders now with the clone trooper sister, different races in Star Wars, because up until, I don't know, maybe like 10 years ago or something like that, like we didn't see too many Filipino characters in Star Wars, too many Asian characters in Star Wars. Like I said, until Empire Strikes Back came out, like he was the main, Lando was the main black character in Star Wars. So like I said, the world's changing, society's changing, Star Wars is changing with it, and it's great that Star Wars is changing and evolving, and including these minorities for people to relate to. Again, to have that representation in Star Wars, it gives them something else to, another reason to watch Star Wars. They're gonna like Star Wars much more when they feel like, hey, there's somebody who's like me in a galaxy far, far away, and that's the thing too. The Star Wars going forward, it's not just for, like I said, the original trilogy fans. New fans are always going to be coming and watching Star Wars, and if they don't see something they like and they don't see somebody who they can relate to, they might not watch it. So although some people might not like this transgendered clone trooper or whatever, the gay characters in Star Wars, that's fine. You don't have to. I enjoy it all. I'm completely fine with it. I have no trouble with it. I'm excited to potentially see this character in live action one day. That would be awesome. She seems like a very cool character, and like I said, the representation of transgender in Star Wars is absolutely fine. I think Star Wars is kind of going in the right direction by representing these different minorities of either race or sexual orientation. That is absolutely fine. But let me know what your thoughts are on this topic down in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and click to watch one of my other reviews. Thank you so much for watching, and may the Force be with you.